baby is down for the count.
Not my baby. Is
My boo. Michael, we go together. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is your girl.
It is.
Welcome back to Beyond the Velvet Veil.
Hey,
I'm your girl, Ash.
And I am Platinum.
And we are Two Shades of Blonde. Oh my God. What movie did we just see?
Oh my gosh, we saw Sinners.
You keep dancing with the devil. One day he's gonna follow you home.
Guys, come sit down. We're gonna have a seat right here. Let me tell y'all, this movie gave me life. It snatched my soul. It took me down. And it gave me life.
Again.
I feel so alive right now.
Again.
It did a lot.
It did so much. I love this movie.
I'm glad you did. I'm so glad you loved it.
Michael B. Jordan. Please.
Okay.
If you would be so kind.
Where are you going with that?
Holla
Okay.
at your girl.
Okay.
Cause I am a good time.
You're
okay?
a good time gal.
I'm a good woman. Okay. I might be animated, but behind all of this, is a good woman.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
You better root for yourself, girl. Because you are.
Self-advocation.
Go, girl.
Oh, God. How did you like it?
I liked it. I don't think I loved it as much as everybody does, but I liked it a lot. I also loved the music.
Girl.
The music was my favorite part of this entire
Listen,
film.
I went on Spotify and nicely added that soundtrack to my playlist because I need to I need to feel that in my car.
Yeah, I feel like the music was a main character. It was very prevalent in a lot of the scenes and a lot of
Look at you getting ready for the theme. Yeah.
I enjoyed the music a lot. Go ahead.
I liked it. I agree.
Let's go.
So, story.
Yeah.
Story. All right. 1932. We are introduced to the set of twins, Michael B. Jordan's Smoke and Stack. Ooh, the smoke of the stacking that took place in this movie. The beauty of having two Michael B. Jordans in one room. They're standing outside waiting for a man to talk about buying his mill so that they can open up a little juke joint. They had received a great deal of money in their possession during their full-time job they recently retired from. They apparently robbed the Italians
and the Irish
out in Chicago, and then they made their getaway with all their money. And I mean, if it works.
I mean,
if they don't get caught, pour into the community. Now, we are in the Delta, Mississippi. Everybody was hardworking. They buy the juke joint from the little white man. Hey, we got to get this juke joint up tonight. We going to separate and conquer.
Let's go, family on 3. 1, 2, 3,
They end up going to each person that they need help from to fix the juke joint up.
Yep.
Smoke and Preacher Man head into town.
Preacher boy.
Preacher boy.
Preacher boy, he was young. Boy.
Boy.
Sorry, I just yelled. Sorry.
The preacher boy.
Boy.
Preacher boy
Little Sammie.
is Sammie. Sammie is their cousin. They went to the train station to talk to a guy named Slim.
Yes.
Now, Slim is the town alcoholic. Everybody know it. He know it. He ain't ashamed of it. It is what it is. Now, he is also a blues singer. He got that blues in his spirit and his soul. They're talking to him. Preacher boy sees off into this is your brown, beautiful woman now. Grown woman. Okay. He goes over and he is spitting game. Okay. Now, she tell him flat out, boo-boo, I am married. Okay. So he's like, we got this juke joint opening up tonight. Come on through. And she was like, we'll see about it.
Maybe.
No. Okay.
Sammie looks over into the distance and sees this young white woman staring over at Stack.
Yep.
Now, Sammie go over to Stack, tell him this is a little white girl looking at you. Come on, like, what's going on? Automatically, he knew what it was.
He knew exactly who. You sure it's a white woman?
Yes, Mary.
Mary.
Okay. Listen, Mary was played by Hailee
Steinfeld, I think. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I said, that's little girl from Pitch Perfect.
That is right. I didn't listen. She had a different swag.
Yes.
She had her energy was different.
She was invited to the cookout.
She was the cookout.
She
apparently.
was. She was.
Like, she was around the way. Okay. Like, I loved her in this.
I loved her attitude. I loved the vibe that she brought. I loved the energy she brought. I was not expecting that from Miss Lil Hailee.
Absolutely not. Mary, like, look, you left and didn't tell me nothing.
She absolutely said, you folded me like a yoga mat.
She definitely
and left
said
me.
that. I really did think that maybe she was just a jump off. He's like, look, I don't want nothing to do with you. I can't do this with you, girl. Fast forward, Smoke goes to go see a young woman named Annie.
Yeah.
Annie is his baby mama. At some point prior to this, Smoke's baby passes away. We don't know how. We don't get any of that.
We don't know.
But we know this man is grieving, okay? He is in grief. The pain of losing this child has left a mark on this man. He goes and sees Annie. Why are you here? He's like, I need you to cook. I need you to cook for the juke joint. We open it up tonight.
Period.
They got rekindled with one another.
Real quick. It happened very fast. She was very folded.
Yes.
By the end of the scene.
There you go.
Oh, you nasty.
Yeah.
The final stop, I think, was it Stack? I don't recall. Listen, I couldn't tell the difference between most of them.
I think Stack had red and Smoke had the top hat.
Okay.
Top hat. Okay, you know what? I don't know anymore. Go ahead.
Me either. Okay,
Yeah.
so it had to be Smoke. So Smoke goes to the Asian grocery store. They ask them, hey, I need some food. I need, some signs made. Boom, got you. Fast forward, white couple. I want to mind you say, they are in the KKK.
Yes.
They get a knock at the door. Bang, 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 bang. It was a little white man who said, look, let me in. Look, so I got these people, Indian folk. They running after me. I need you to let me in. He gave them gold to let him in. They said, okay, cool. Native American task force for these vampires had knocked on the door and said, look, ma'am, you got somebody dangerous in your house. You might want to get him up out of there. And she...
Just because they were Native American, she was like, no. Please leave my land.
And
he was
she had
like,
a shotgun.
Right. He was like, all right, well, you let that man in your house. I'm going to go ahead and pray for you, and we're going to go ahead and head on out. You have a good night.
Take care now. Bye-bye then.
They knew what it was. They said, we're going to have to head back to the house before it get dark.
So
you take care now.
You got them. It's on you now. Whatever you want.
We tried. Sure enough, they were right.
Sure enough.
Yeah, because that man tore both of their throats out.
All the
Baby, are you okay? Walk it off, baby. Just walk it off.
right on out.
To the juke joint. They get to the juke joint.
It was finished all in one day. It was bought, purchased, cleaned, decorated, food set up, everything all in one
day. In enough time to open that evening.
And get the word out.
we get to juke joint.
It's
Everybody.
jumping. Everybody dancing, swinging, having a good time. A time is had by all.
They was
It's
getting
a good old
down,
time.
honey.
Get it.
Okay. And they go into how music transcends time and how the music is connected to our ancestors. Their music is still felt now. And then they start, the representation that they have of it was the different dancers of each age, all in the same room as their 1932 is dancing.
Yes. It was beautifully shot, the way it moved, the way you saw all the colors, the way everybody just themselves moved with what was going on. It just kept going around, and it was just a beautiful representation.
It was gorgeous.
It was great.
Preacher Boy starts singing and playing his guitar. And I mean, they are blowing the roof off.
Yes.
Like
It's a party.
literally, it is on fire.
It's
the roof is on fire. Hey!
Even in the water. Yeah. We don't need the water.
Yes. The people of the night, the Lucifers of the Dracula, they get wind. They get wind of this music. Now, there is a little narrator at the beginning of the movie that points out how music is used to bring in light, bring people together, but it also has the ability to draw evil. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I think.
You just, That is deep. Ha ha! Shabbat. Okay. Oh, Lord. So, the music is felt also by these people of the night. They get to the juke joint, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Again, it's 1932.
Yeah.
At that time, it wasn't a thing for whites to be hanging out in a juke joint with the black folk.
Right.
It was unsafe because anything could happen.
Anything could go down.
Once the people of the night get there, they're talking a good game.
It was kind of scary to watch all three of them be in sync as well as they were with each other.
It made it even worse when they broke out in song.
In song.
Okay, they had like a little choreography.
And yes.
You know what I'm
A
saying?
little rock steady.
Like we've been doing this for years.
Yes.
One of the powers of the vampire is the main guy.
Yeah.
He gains their thoughts like...
Yes. That thought. Yeah, everything. He knows everything that they know.
Oh.
Whoever takes...
Oh my God, he's stealing knowledge.
He's stealing knowledge. That's a word. That's a word.
Show. Oh Lord! So I guess that also helped them learn their choreography.
Yeah,
you know.
That's right.
Back streets back. If they would have broken. I know. It's 1932.
No, but this move though, in the video, oh my God, we're back again. You know, that would have been fun.
I hear they do this in the future. They get to the door, knock, knock, knock. They all in the juke joint getting it.
Hey.
Doing it. And
Get it.
the three people were like, hey, how you doing? We just want to come on in, hang on out.
Very Ned Flanders.
Kick it with you guys. We got money.
Diddly
we got
neighbor.
money.
Yeah. Nah, bro. But then they see Mary in the juke joint.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, how'd she get in there?
Because you know.
Okay, but Annie's like, no, she's family. We invited her in. We didn't invite you in.
Now, this is where the drama unfolds.
Yeah.
The dramas between the people stack and Mary.
Yeah.
So Mary was like, you gonna keep acting like I'm nothing to you?
Right.
Why? I mean, you can't just be honest. You just can't say it. And I'm saying, what he gotta say?
Intrigued. they had you.
What is it that you're looking for?
What is it, Mary? Just tell us.
He just stared at her.
Stir.
He just gave her, looked her down. Me? Talking to me like that? What you want to hear? I love you.
I think about you every single day.
I just want to protect you.
That's all.
My heart fell. My heart dropped.
And then he just walked away and left her like, he said he loved me.
Stop.
He said he loved me. Ooh. He loved me.
He loved you, girl. She broke him down. She broke him down. They working it out. And then my man Sammie. Okay. Sammie, you know, he a young boy. He trying to get up in this.
Little thing.
He, you know, he trying to get his little ears wet. And little Pearline come on to the
little
juke joint.
Pearline. Pearline was her name. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Now, Pearline,
I'm throwing it.
I'm here to get it.
Yeah. I'm here to get got.
And so, oh boy, does she.
Okay.
Sammie, he said, might be young, but
I am ready.
I am ready.
I said, go ahead, Sammie. Okay.
I'll have whatever she's
having.
Truly. So we are really getting to know these characters.
Yeah.
We're falling in love with them. We're seeing the hope here. You know, they're getting what they wanted.
Yeah.
They're getting the things that they have been stealing their
their
lives for this moment of
Yeah.
joy. So our girl Hailee, aka Mary, she is like, listen. Y'all broke.
Yeah.
Now,
Brokey.
now they told her that they was gonna be underwater after this. So she's like, okay. Well, listen, let's go back out there. I'm gonna go out there, go talk to the other people. They'll talk to me. You know, I'm white, they're white. It's gonna be great.
It's a thing we have. It's a thing we do.
It's a great thing we got. We can speak each other's language. They're gonna tell me more.
Yeah, of course they'll tell me their plans.
We need their money.
Yeah.
Let's see. So she goes out there, tipping, and she is welcome to buy a whole serenade.
Yeah.
I really do think that they made that drastic contrast between their music and our music.
Yes.
They sang her a little song. She's impressed. She's like, oh my God, okay, so like, what are you guys saying? What's happening here? And
sits next to him and everything. While she was talking,
She was safe.
the one that was on the end decided to stand behind her, and I said, "Oh, they got you surrounded, sis, and you don't even see it."
Yes, because I couldn't see him in the frame
Exactly.
anymore, and I was scared for her.
Exactly.
I was scared for. I said, "You are way too calm. You're way too safe."
Yeah.
See, this is what happens when you get too comfortable.
When you get too comfortable, when you think your privilege is going to save you.
You
just because they look like you.
You said a word.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, honey. She started to see that, tell me right here.
Right.
Oh, y'all not good people.
No, y'all are crazy. And then I think she saw the red eyes. She
Yes.
said, "Oh, let me go ahead and get up."
Y'all take care now.
Okay, now I'm going to threaten you with this gun. And they sat. We should have known right there. They sat there and did nothing.
They did not. They didn't flinch.
They didn't flinch at the gun at all. Didn't say, "Oh my God, don't shoot me.
Don't kill me."
Nothing.
Nope.
They said, "Okay, girl, we got you." And then she turned around, and then the man in charge levitated, and then it cut.
We knew
we back
she
in the
was
juke
a goner
joint.
till she walked back up in that juke joint. When I say that energy was, I am
confidence.
Beyonce. I'm stealing all y'all, man.
That's how she walked in there.
Got my eyes on one. That's what it was giving.
Yes.
Okay.
She walked in there knowing that she was the one. That girl.
Yeah. Girl, Hailee, you got something. Girl.
Okay.
Look at
Come
you,
on,
girl. You come a long way.
Yes.
Pitch perfect.
Pitch perfect. Yes.
Glow up. Okay, girl. So she sashayed back in. She walked
She was-
smooth up to Lil Stack and let him know whose day it was.
Talking a lot of mess in the car.
Ooh, and
Talking
he
a lot of
said,
mess.
"Oh, well, I'm here for this."
Okay.
I mean, how could you not?
It don't take much.
They went back in the room to do what they do.
What adults do.
However, there was like a little fight in the juke joint, and then Smoke tried to break it up. He told Sammie to go back and go on and get Stat. And he was like, "Well, he's a little busy right now. I don't care. Go on and get him." Sammie, open the door. And little Hailee is just chomping at Stack's neck.
Taking
Just going in.
Eating the whole neck. Throat gone.
My baby is
Baby.
down for the count.
Not my baby. It's
My boo. Michael, we go together.
So pick me. Choose me. Love me.
we go together.
It's
you sound like
real.
Mary. You sound like Mary.
Listen, I was very jealous of little Hailee and little Mary.
Little Hailee and little Mary.
Look, okay. Smoke rolls up and he shoots her like 18 times. This heifer hits the floor, looks up, smiles, and runs out.
Girl. She just got up and we shot her. We can't we can't take her out.
Smoke rolls over to Stag and he is like, oh God.
Yeah. He was like, my brother. I always wanted a brother. Like that was very sad.
Oh my God. To watch him bleed out, that hurt my heart because he said, I'm scared. He said, I'm scared.
Oh, you're so extra.
You have a lot of emotions for this film. I didn't know you had this many emotions until just now. Okay. They sent everybody away with...
We're sitting there crying, grieving, all in our feelings about Lil Stack here, dead and gone.
Dead and gone.
And he didn't have that much time to sit there and process it because the vampires is at the door.
They at the door?
They at the door. They want to come in. He said, look, come on now.
I mean, just invite us in.
Yeah.
And everything will be cool.
Yes.
And they were like, well, why can't you just come in?
We ain't got to play these games.
Yeah.
I want to come in. Y'all just let me in. You can just join us.
Yes.
And then we see that everybody has turned into a vampire.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, my damn. I mean, they are running laps.
It's like the Thriller video out there. It's
right.
Crazy.
At this point, I'm like, these people ain't gonna make it.
But they did figure out you have to invite them in order for them to come in. You can either say yes or no to the invitation to let them in the house.
They declined.
They declined
that invitation.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this mother lover Stack, he done raised up.
Yeah.
He done tap.
He done. Hello.
On the door.
It's Stack.
On the door.
I'm back. I was feeling a little crazy, but I'm back. I feel better. I'm cool now. Put his vest on, his wounds and everything. It's cool. He was cool.
His neck was
done.
It was
chewed up.
He busted down the door and Annie threw the pickled garlic.
Like pickled garlic juice or something. She had already had it because she was cooking the food, so she just threw it in his face and he ran out.
They were trying to convince them to let them in.
What is that? Who's got beer?
Archer, come out to play.
They were giving them incentives, tell them all the perks, here's all the prizes.
Yep.
But he also told them that the guy that sold them the mill was actually setting them up. Yeah. He was a part of the KKK. And they were going to kill them the following morning. The reason why they were there was because they heard Sammie's singing. They were drawn in by his music and they just wanted him.
Yep.
They just wanted him.
I know you better get out of my face! Out of my face! Out of my face!
So at this point, we got Smokey, Sammie, Pearline, Annie, Slim, and then the couple, Grace and Bo. Bo go outside. He like, I'm gonna warm up the car. However, he don't make it back. He get got. Okay, he turned into a vampire. He walk over all smooth. Grace is like devastated because Bo and Remmick threatened to go after their daughter. So Grace is in her feelings. She is pissed off. She about this life. She ready to fight, right? So out of her grief, she goes and invites the vampires in.
Yep.
And we are like, what?
Oh, hell no!
What are you doing? So the vampire's like, okay, showtime. They is in there. They storm the juke joint and then everybody is fighting for their lives.
Yep.
Slim, self-sacrifice, Stack, and Smoke are fighting. Smoke allegedly kills Stack.
Yep.
And Preacher Boy is being chased by the devil. They get outside. They ran. Somehow they got into a river or a pond or a lake or something. And little Sammie starts reciting the Lord's Prayer. Devil started reciting it as well. Everybody else.
Bruh, we know it too. We know it just like you do, bro.
And then Stack comes in from the back and stabs the devil through the heart. Smoke.
the stack is dead.
This
remember stack?
is confusing.
Remember?
You're right. This is confusing.
Yes.
Smoke the devil.
Smoke the devil, and then the sun came out, and everybody that had been bitten flamed.
Smoke and Preacher Boy are the only ones remaining. Preacher Boy leaves. He goes back home. Smoke waited at the mill outside. KKK rolled up. They got all their guns. They ready to pow pow.
Bang bang.
Smoke is like, I'm taking everybody out.
Yep. This man pulls out a Tommy gun.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
something I'm pretty sure none of them ain't ever seen, and just went ham.
He did. All of them. The only person surviving at this point is the owner. Now he is shot, but he's crawling on the ground and he shoots Smoke.
Yes, Smoke got shot at some point.
But he is still going. He is determined. He is going to kill this man.
Yeah.
He asks him for a cigarette and then bow, 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 bow. Smoke, unfortunately, passes on. And it takes us now to 1992. You see Sammie is in a bar. He's like, apparently he's been a blues singer. He lived out his dream. After one of his sets, he gets a visit. Mary. And Dak got away. Okay. Now they are legitimately 1992 up. Okay.
Down.
Okay.
Coochie to the socks.
I mean,
I said these people look exactly how they looked in 1932.
They did. They looked amazing.
This is smart.
They pull up on Sammie. Sammie is like 70 something. I don't know.
Still got the marks for when in 1932.
Right. Oh, on his face. Yes. Sammie was not surprised to see them at all.
Right.
They roll up. They like, hey, what's going on? We've been following your career.
We still here, bro.
Yeah. See, my brother couldn't kill me, and the sun didn't get us. We was able to get away. But I promised I wouldn't hurt you. And so
that's why you're still here.
Bingo, bango, jangle.
That's it. That's the only reason.
You know, we just wanted to let you know we was still around.
You know.
We was good.
You know, we're still here. I'm still here.
The end.
That's the end.
Doing some research on hoodoo. Because I had no idea exactly what it was.
That sounds like
I heard about it. But I never knew there was a name to it.
Oh, see, now I only know what voodoo is. I've never heard of voodoo.
Right. Hoodoo apparently is related to the West African term juju. This culture was brought to America by enslaved African people, and they utilized hoodoo as an intricate system of magic, herbalism, and to defend themselves against their opponents or to cure ailments.
Okay.
So...
Got you. Okay.
Had no idea. That's what they told me.
That's what they told you.
And it is not voodoo. So the practice of voodoo focuses on serpent worship.
Yeah.
Right. And I guess that's why the Europeaners thought it was like the devil's work. They, they really demonized
the Europeaners. Yeah.
The Europeaners. For hoodoo, it has nothing to do with the serpent.
The first thing you said was juju, as in like bad juju, like you don't want this bad juju on you. So in the movie, Annie was this, I don't want to say hoodoo specialist? Herbalist.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't want to miss.
Right. Look, we don't know any of this. So if you are aware and have some knowledge of hoodoo,
let us know.
Please put it in the comments. Educate us.
Right.
We're here for it.
Right. I would love to know more.
I would love to understand and get more of an understanding.
But that would make more sense. Sorry, not more sense. That would make more sense of what her I'm assuming that was her house that she was giving the kids the stuff for, the things for, the herbs for, I'm assuming.
Right.
And then I guess that also might explain how she knew that old girl, Mary was a vampire.
A little lamb.
That's how she figured.
It is not Maria's fault.
No.
If she does not know that Mary had a lamb. It is not. And I say this to you, it is not Maria's fault. Because maybe Maybe where Maria came from. Mary had a dog. Yeah. Or a little kitty cat. Or a little bald-headed brother named Bob.
Wow. Unbelievable, man. Little attention ADHD kid.
ADHD is right.
The love. Okay, sorry. That little brother named Bob. Anyway.
Yeah.
It might also explain how she automatically knew that we were in the present. This is the spirit, but I'm not really sure what it is. It can't be shot. Well, it can't be killed normally.
So she must have known that Garlic was going to do something.
She must have known it had to be a vampire, because only we, as everybody knows, that's their kryptonite.
That is their kryptonite.
And
now, nobody else knew that. They didn't even know what a vampire was, apparently.
Oh, but that would make sense that she was the only one who knew.
Exactly. This was her thing.
Yeah.
This was her
thing.
So this says, Hoodoo introduced a form of conjuring. In the South, Africans use conjuring for protection, luck and love, or wealth, or to kill one's rival or enemy. The black community created the blues. Okay. So what this says is blues is the mother of most American music. Hoodoo and blues music were no different than the music that Africans sang during slavery in the Civil War. These songs had double meaning, just like hoodoo does. So because they would like mask hoodoo with like Christian beliefs, just so Europeaners would not, demonize that too. It also implicated a double meaning. Slave songs would transition into folk music. Once you added the instruments and banjo, you now have Americans' first country music and Delta blues.
Oh, the more you know.
Right, the more you know. But the blues was very much a huge piece of what drew the vampires to Sammie.
Right.
Sammie, like the song, I don't recall what the song he was singing, but I mean that thing hit. Like I felt that in my spirit.
I'll be honest with you, he could have been singing about popcorn.
Correct.
And I would have had the same, the way that he was singing and the way that he sounds like a grown man.
Exactly.
And I Googled that he's 20 years old, y'all.
Correct. Had no idea.
He sounds like a grown man who has been through some things. So the ultra soulfulness of his voice and his tone was very captivating.
Yes.
It sucked me in.
It did. That baritone.
That baritone, long drawn out, like just tone and twang of everything.
Yeah.
It really hit me in the spirit.
Girl. That's why the vampire said, "Oh,
what that is?
Who is this singing such a? What is this?
What is that sound? That siren sound?
What is that right there?" So now I did some research more on the blues as well.
All the research,
because I wanted to make sure I was understanding what the significance of some of this stuff was.
Right.
And I'm sure I ain't even touched the surface because that movie was deep.
No, it was.
It was so deep.
It was.
Men and women during the periods of Reconstruction and Jim Crow, they had a hard life. And that was very clear in watching the movie. Like they had a very, very challenging life. And so the blues really came from this space of pain but also community. Yeah. And just trying to have a sense of hope that there is more than what we're going through right now. Right. And I feel like understanding that really makes a lot of sense why someone who is of the evil nature might be attracted to it. Like you're hearing these people's pain. Right. And you're hearing their hope. And I can see how somebody can hear that and say, you know what? I can exploit that.
I want that.
I want to understand it and then I can exploit it. And then I can do it and then we can do it. And it makes a lot of sense because that's exactly what happened to our music.
That's exactly.
Country music came from blues. And no offense to the Caucasians, but historically, there has been patterns in which our music has been packaged and sold as somebody else's work.
True. Very true.
The exploitation of the things that we have created over the many years to say, oh no, this is ours. Yeah. And it wasn't. It was not birthed through your pain.
It wasn't. You don't understand how this is.
Correct.
You made the issue and then exploited the results.
Exactly. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Look at it.
History is history.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if we could just accept that this is our history,
See,
let's
now,
really, and that's where the problem comes
you're
in. People
asking a
can't
lot.
accept our history, which is why people are trying to rewrite it right now.
or get rid of it. But
Hello, we're living in a time where our history is trying to be erased. Okay.
Things that I know that I've
that took
always
place.
known took place.
Correct.
It's right there.
It had happened.
It did happen.
It had happened.
It did. And now y'all acting like it didn't happen.
Or they don't feel comfortable having these conversations.
Shouldn't we be the ones that are uncomfortable?
I know,
I'm
right?
sorry.
You okay? You got upset a
No,
little bit.
because you're uncomfortable for what? It happened.
You didn't. I mean, your ancestors did it,
right.
but you didn't.
You didn't do it, and you can learn from it and move on. Hopefully. That's good.
But you're right. That guilt and shame
it causes you to take books out of schools.
Correct.
It causes you to keep children from knowing what happened. So then when they get older and realize the truth, what you finna do?
I mean, history likes to repeat itself.
This
isn't new.
It's not.
There have been many years in which black folks weren't allowed to be literate.
Yes.
And so, and you did that on purpose so that we could not read things and understand things and know our history.
Correct.
Howsoever, we ended up learning how to read.
It happened anyway.
It happened anyway.
And we still mad because you're still trying to erase us.
I think I would be okay if I wasn't trying to be erased.
If I wasn't
listen, there are masses of people who are being disappeared.
Literally.
Every
day.
Every day.
Every day.
Just because you try to erase our history didn't mean it didn't exist.
Exactly.
We are living it.
Yeah.
I see it. Now I know the future people, the future generations, they gonna have to learn.
Yeah.
But understand, part of being black, we learn ways to deal with things. And part of the blues music was that we passed down information through music, verbal, oral. Okay?
Yeah.
The information was still getting got.
Yeah. We were still getting it.
We were still getting it, and it was still getting got.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
There go that literature right there.
I feel a large range of emotions with this information. Mm-hmm. One, because I feel I'm angry. I'm angry that we're still having to deal with these issues.
Yeah.
And we're going backwards.
Yes. In an alarming rate. We see it.
I just want to live.
I just want to live.
My business.
In my mind, mind my business. You mind yours.
Correct.
Everybody mind theirs.
Exactly.
Just leave everybody alone.
Just mind your business.
Just mind your business.
And that goes back to the movie. You come in on folks singing at church house. Mm-hmm. You leave the movie with folks in the church house. Yeah. You start, you end. So many things in this movie had double meaning.
Yeah.
It was a double-edged sword. Religion has so much value in bringing people together and giving you hope and having the belief that something is bigger than you, that gives you purpose,
right,
to keep you going. I think the black churches during that time had significant influence, and it had purpose and value in making sure a community was getting what they needed.
Right.
There's value in Christianity. On the other end of that, at the end of that movie, this boy walks in with, severe scars on his face. He looked like he
had been through it all night.
He had been through it. Ain't nobody asked, are you okay, baby?
Nobody said nothing.
Nothing.
Come here, son.
What? He didn't even look concerned.
No.
The daddy didn't look concerned at all. At what point did you lose your humanity that you couldn't see this boy's pain because you just worried about what? I don't know what he was worried about.
Wow.
Getting his money, the Lord, I don't know. But you couldn't see this boy's pain.
Couldn't have been that much money because where they were.
No.
So it really had to been about his walk with the Lord, and because he knew that his son was out all night, and the guitar was broken. I'm gonna say judge other people as sinners as if you are not. Mm-hmm. You are. At the beginning, he made it clear, the father made it clear he felt like the music he was listening to and even being in a juke joint or whatever he thought he was doing was sinful. Mm-hmm. And so his condemnation of his sin blinded his love for this boy and being able to see his pain.
when Sammie started to recite the Lord's prayer, and Remmick was his name?
The guy in charge of the vampires.
Right.
Head vampire.
Remmick. Yep. When Remmick and his followers, his little vampire followers, also began to recite the Lord's Prayer as if it had no power.
Because it didn't.
To them.
They knew that too.
Yeah.
And because that's also how he knows how to get at you.
True that.
He knows what you want. He knows your desires as well.
Right.
So if he didn't, he wouldn't try to get you on his side.
Right. They're just words to him.
They're just words. Correct. Right.
And I feel like that's where the devil got outsmarted.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh, I'm going to just recite. I can do that too.
Right.
It has no value. And then you end up dead. He got
right.
you.
But I will say the evil side was looking real good.
He was looking, it was.
Infinite youth. Okay.
I wasn't sure how they was going to get out of that.
I was like, oh, okay, you do this. All you got to do is get bit. You have everlasting life, which I
don't think I want that.
Death becomes her. It's a whole thing.
Oh, yes.
Great movie. You have everlasting life. There's no pain. It's joyous. You get to look like this for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life. You are stuck in this one stage of life.
Stuck in this one stage of life. You can't go out in the sun.
Correct.
You have to literally bite other people. But it's like you said, it's two different sides. And you have to also welcome it in.
You do.
Or go to it.
Oh my goodness. If that's not an analogy,
girl,
if that is not an analogy.
I'm going to say it's just like religion. You either have to welcome it in.
Correct.
Go to it or say no.
Yeah.
You just got to figure out.
But it's your choice.
It's your choice. You got to have the choice to do it.
But he tried to make you feel like you didn't. Now, if you went outside in them streets, Remmick said, haha, got you. He gonna force that on you.
Right.
If you are in your domicile, you have to invite me in. That's where this gets challenging for me.
Right.
If that is not everyday life,
literally,
Lord have mercy.
You are making the choices to invite good or evil in your life. And
how many times have we had to decide whether
it's a daily thing?
It's every day.
Do I want to cut you off?
Correct.
Do I want to go to work?
Correct. Do I want to listen to the devil?
Okay.
Because
it's looking good over there. It's really cool over there.
I done listened to him many a days.
Okay.
I done fallen into his trap.
Into the trap.
And I have regretted.
Okay.
Many of them. I have regretted. But I know what?
What?
Because the Lord has saw me through onto the other side. Okay. I said, all right, Lord, you got my money.
Not you got my money.
You got my soul.
Thank you.
You got my money and you got my tithes and my offerings and my soul.
That's another conversation. We're not ready for that. That's separate from the movie.
Because he promised them the world.
He did.
I mean,
that's what they got. And he knew he was going to get what he wants because of their ability.
He's going to force your hand because none of them would have been able to get in had it not been for Grace. Grace is the wife of the grocery store owner, the Chinese woman. And he literally threatened her daughter. He took her husband. Like, this is her world.
Yeah.
And she was toe up. And on one level, it makes sense.
It does.
However, I said, girl,
why would you
say come on in?
Because you could have just went outside.
You could have just went outside.
You could have just went. You wanted to smoke.
Yeah.
Go get it. Don't bring us the smoke.
Exactly. Listen, after a while, I'm just going to let you go.
You kicking you out.
I'm going to let you go.
Yeah.
Don't you bring that in here.
You want to be out there.
Go ahead. Go on and fight him.
Go.
However, we wasn't ready. We hadn't come up with a plan.
I ain't had no weapons.
Correct. We didn't talk about this first.
You ain't tell nobody, hey, I'm going to let them in.
Correct. You just yelled.
You might want to be.
Girl. Everybody in the theater was like,
this
Grace, have some mercy. How about that?
You quiet any other time after movie.
Come on.
All of a sudden you want to be loud and invite these jokers in.
Girl.
Now we all got to fight.
Now we about to die.
Now we all got to fight because of your decision.
But we could have fought more strategically had you given us more time. And then I would have told you to go in and tell them. Okay. Annie used different words to describe what these vampires were. And what happens to the human being when they take over. So I thought I heard her say it's hatred that these vampires basically hatred, or I mean, she didn't use the word evil. I don't recall. I don't know. I don't remember. But
Neither
I'm
do
pretty
I.
sure she said hate. And the way she described it was that basically once they bite you, your soul is still in the body.
Yeah.
You are entrapped in your body. You have no autonomy. You are not in control. And you are imprisoned there until that vampire dies or never. They live forever.
They live forever. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's why they live forever.
It is the sunken place. It is get out.
It's cool when you have other people with you that you know. Just like what's the next Stack had old girl, Mary.
Yes.
So they were cool.
Okay.
But when it's just you,
right.
or like in Death Becomes Her, they had each other.
They did.
But if it's just you, you're sitting here like Bruce Willis' character in there. I don't want to watch all of my friends leave.
Correct.
And then it's just me. Like it's a cute existence until it's not cute no more.
It isn't.
Until you show up 30 years later haunting somebody.
Looking like Twilight.
Looking
like Edward, sparkling and things.
Sparkling and things.
You were a forever 17-year-old.
Glistening in the crescent moon.
Correct. Yes. I get it. Yeah. I mean, I see the appeal.
Yeah.
I do see the appeal. The problem is the soul that is my soul, my original soul, Ash, is still in this body.
Right.
And I'm suffering, I would imagine, not having any control.
Yeah.
I just want to be free. And they promised freedom. I remember Remmick did promise.
That was a theme in the whole movie.
Yes. Freedom. It makes sense for the time period.
Yeah.
You run to the north thinking there is freedom up there. To be very clear, even though that Mason-Dixon line was very much there, and they had this illusion that the north was free, it was just as bad up there.
Yeah.
It was just as
bad, just as
terrible. And blacks couldn't get jobs back then. So it does make sense why them boys ended up just robbing everybody. I'm gonna get this money somehow.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Yeah.
But you think you found freedom up north? You didn't. They are quote unquote free down here at this moment in 1932, but you're not really free.
No.
You have no true autonomy to do much of anything unless it's on your side of the road.
Exactly.
Remmick was promising freedom as a vampire. I mean, he really hit into that deficit. But there's no real freedom in there because your soul is stuck in here.
Yeah, I've told you I'm not really a fan of vampires.
I know.
Been overdone. But I did like how they did these specific vampires. They were very what's the word? Chilling?
Yes, they were
normal,
eerie.
almost eerie.
Truly.
Yeah. And but they could do that because they knew their capabilities.
Exactly.
Again,
I would be
outside playing a little
ukulele.
I'm gonna say magic. Ukulele as well.
Correct.
Because I know I know you can't do nothing to me.
They really wanted Sammie.
They really want me. They really want it. Once again, I would have taken him outside. He would have been outside.
Oh, you want her? You want him
okay,
too?
now Grace deserved to be outside.
Grace did deserve to go outside, but I also understand. I understand she was grieving. She lost her husband. She was scared for her child. But on the other hand, she also is at fault for killing the rest of these people.
Yeah. It's your issue.
Yep.
It's really
Grace, you did it. But Remmick was he was a charming mother lover.
When I say, who's the master? You say,
He was
charming.
All three of them.
Yes.
All three of them. Oh, okay. So I just realized, do they automatically take his personality when they get bitten? Because they all got more charismatic.
They did. Listen, look,
that's a little pep in their step.
On it.
Okay.
Her swag, I don't care what nobody say. That girl had some black spirit in her.
Some black
She did. That girl was, I'm telling you, little Hailee, that girl, you did that.
she did it.
You did that.
She did her thing.
But Yeah, she came in. She was sexy. She just
Sexy.
walked
I'm
on.
gonna
She
get that
shimmied on
man.
over to that man. The little stack. He didn't even know what hit him.
He ain't know.
He
He
ain't know.
won't
He couldn't
ready.
even resist.
He won't read.
He wasn't ready.
Affirmative, confident.
Yeah.
Confident with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just invite me in, dude.
Come
That's
on.
it. That's all you gotta do.
And do it.
Yeah.
Annie, she's a smart girl. She picked it up. Why we gotta invite you in?
Exactly.
Why
He
you gotta let
did.
you in?
You did. Because
She
you were
was
just
smart.
in here. You've been in here all night.
See, this is what happens when you keep a black woman around. We're gonna tell you what it is. We're gonna sniff out the threats.
We gonna get that garlic for you, okay?
Where is my pickled garlic? I know what to do. We gonna figure it out.
We gonna make it work. We gonna make it.
Here's the sad part, and I will be very frank about it. I feel like I acknowledge my ignorance to the fact that there were Asians that moved to the South.
Yeah.
Had no
Same.
idea.
I was very confused looking at the scene.
Yes.
That they owned their own store and had a Southern accent. And
that
I said,
accent got me.
this ain't part of the TV shows that I know.
Exactly.
This ain't part of the history that I know about.
See, this is what happens when we just look at what TV has to offer us.
Yeah.
This is a whole different perspective.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah, same.
And you found the Instagram post that Joy Reid posted about the migration of Asians to the South.
Yes.
And how they were in the middle, you know?
Yeah.
Not
white, not black.
Right. So they was able to sell and have legitimate stores.
Right.
And served both.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the movie, they had two stores.
Right.
One was on one side of the street and the other one was on the other.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I was confused about until that post you sent me was the fact that on the one side where Grace was, where she was at that store, I saw white people.
It was only white people, yeah.
And I was like, oh, I thought we was in segregation. And then once I saw the post, I realized one side of the street was for white people and the other side was for the blacks. I had no idea.
It was their way to coexist.
Correct.
Without not coexisting.
Legitimately, you stay on your side, I'm gonna stay on mine.
Right. But it looked really cool that they could all just be together in one period of time in 1932 and not have a huge racial thing at the store.
And no one cared that she walked across the street. Now, if Stackhead walked across that street, it would have been a different story. Which is now it makes sense why he sent Lisa to go get her. Wow. Listen, Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you did your research.
Yeah.
You did your thing on this. This is the period accurate. I am impressed.
Yeah.
And you done schooled me on something.
Okay.
I had no idea. I will acknowledge my ignorance.
Okay.
Had no idea.
Yeah. It was real and it happened and I was just shocked that this was my first time seeing, experiencing that it was a real thing, that it actually happened.
And having that country accent.
The accent
that
will do it to you every time. She was real country.
Well, say what now?
It was.
Say what?
It was down south.
Right. I love it. Out in the Delta.
In the Delta.
In the Delta. Part of the reason why they did not let the vampires into the juke joint was because y'all white. Y'all don't kick it with us. That for Mary, I thought that was an interesting piece to it because as a predominantly white woman, she thought she was like the bridge.
That's like privilege.
But that privilege, it is, right. Like I am white, so I can go and talk to the people and see if they, if they're good people. They're going to tell me if they're not. Because privilege makes you think you can do some things when you can't.
And then your bridge is burnt and now we're all dead.
Yeah,
Stay in the house.
Understood.
Yeah.
But I also said this was stupid. You shouldn't have went out there. You shouldn't have went out there, girl. You brought the devil in. Definitely for my stacks.
Yeah.
That beautiful man.
Yeah. Okay, there was two of there were twins.
I would have had both.
She's a super freak, she's super freaking now.
Listen, who I got today?
How did we get here? How did we get here?
Lust. That's how we got here.
That's how we got here.
Lust is what got Stack in trouble. Lust is what would have gotten me in trouble
too.
Come on through, Michael B. Jordan. Again, I'm available.
I can't. I can't.
This was a great movie.
It was. It was really good.
Oh my God. So here's what I'm going to say, okay? It brings up a lot of emotion.
It does.
For everybody.
Yeah.
And that's fair. But we can have these conversations as long as we just keep it as conversation.
Yeah. Let's just sit down and have a conversation and see why you don't like me for who I'm trying to be.
That, honestly, I don't get it.
I don't understand it either. I don't understand why I don't understand why you care.
Right. As long as I mind my business. As long as I mind my business. I just want to live and be free and mind my business.
Free.
That's it.
Free is a strong word.
There it is. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Freedom. Yep.
It happens to be my favorite word. Okay.
It is. All right, guys. Well, so till next time, click, like, subscribe, share, do all the things.
All the things.
You take care now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.